Brethren. It's such an honor and privilege from God to have this opportunity to celebrate 10 years since the inception of Christian Union in Karatina University. Yes, and as we will have it, not all roads are easy, and we've had our equal share, all to the glory and honor of God. Now, I wouldn't bring you all this story by myself, so here is the scoop of our journey.
Wana wewe ni Ebeneza maishani mwangu.
Decide to be holy, will be empowered to be holy.
My name is Stephen Obale. Currently I'm serving as the chairperson of the Christian Union, that is Karatina University main campus.
I'm also an alumni of Christian Union of Karatina main campus.
When I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day, I'm convinced it's not because
Greetings in the name of Jesus. My name is Frank, and above all I'm born again, and Christ has been Lord over my life since the time I gave life to Him. I've never regretted, and He has been working with me through my journey in this university. And just to give you a hint or a clue, when I came here in 2015, the Christian Union was a sleeping giant. What do I mean? There are a lot of students in this university, but by that time we only had 400 students coming to our services, our fellowships. We only registered 400, at most 500. But as I'm speaking to you now, the giant that was asleep is very, very much awake, and it's doing exploits. And we thank God, because at the moment we can register at least 900 worshippers or people who are coming to fellowship with us here. Those include students and also staffs of the university. Yeah, by the time I came here,
Who am I, Lord?
who am I to sing your praises?
Who am I to worship you, Lord?
Who am I to worship you?
Yeah.
It's your blood that makes the difference in me.
And made a way.
Made a way to enter.
Today, in the history of Karatina University Christian Union, it shall be remembered that the journey to being what we are today was never easy, neither straight. It was an impossible mission, impossible dream, the audacity of hope, which by faith it has come true. The history of Karatina Christian Union can be traced back in the year 2008 by then Central Kenya.
It's the reason I can
Cry out today.
In August year 2008, there was the introduction of degree programs and the first intake was done. Central Kenya campus became a home for 40 degree students who joined around the same number of diploma and certificate students who are already learning. There were no students' organizations in the place. The campus was fresh and green, and everything had to start from scratch. The idea to form the first Students' Christian Movement was born. On Thursday, 14th August 2008, a group of 9 students gathered in the corridor of Conference Hall to pray together and to encourage each other, and by faith, they decided to start the Fellowship of Brethren.
When I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day, I'm convinced it's not because I am worthy to receive the kind of love that you give, but I'm grateful for your mercy.
They had converged in common for the purpose of meeting the spiritual quest of worshiping and meeting God in the campus community. The impossible journey had started, only with hope that God will take control and establish a strong foundation for the church. What was even juicier is that the administration at that time was equally supportive, at least at the at their personal capacity. It was so encouraging for the CU to get moral support from a number of staff, including the then Vice Chancellor, who was then the principal, among others. On 21st August 2008, with the help of Mr. Rohio, the officials to lead the movement were appointed as follows: Samuel Gatimu, who acted at the capacity of a chairperson; Phineas Mutuma became the vice chairperson; Masinjeri the secretary; and Kezia Wagondu treasurer; Isaac Karumba prayer coordinator; Ben Rajwa register mission coordinator.
It's your blood that makes the difference in me.
And made a way.
Made a way to enter into your throne.
I could never sing your song, Lord.
Never sing your song.
Yeah.
But the sacrifice on Calvary's tree
Is the reason.
The membership of the Christian Union by then was about 10, inclusive of officials. The officials were faced by numerous challenges, among them lack of defined roles and responsibility due to lack of constitution, disinterest among students and officials of the church matters, spiritual immaturity and inexperienced leadership, disunity among officials, financial crisis with the tithe and offering less than 200 shillings by then, lack of infrastructure such as the instruments and the pulpits. But in amidst of all these challenges, God was faithful, and the officials were fired up and determined to ensure the Christian Union stand. They spent their money, time, effort, and tirelessly worked to see the progress of the movement.
Thank you, Lord.
Academic year 2009-2010, the first step was undertaken. Being tired of fighting and disunity among leaders and members, the drafting of the Christian Union Constitution became fundamental. A constitution committee headed by Phineas Mutuma, the then vice chairperson, was constituted to draw the first constitution. Apparently, the Christian Union membership had increased to 30 members following the August fresh intake that year.
No, Jesus, my God, my Lord.
October 11th, 2009, the union held its first fundraising to purchase instruments. The occasion was graced by Erastus Modhura, then EcoBank manager, and Mr. Munga, then KTDA chairperson Nyeri region. The fund drive raised an amount of shillings 80,000 and managed to purchase the first set of instruments, that is the keyboard, the mixer, and 2 wired microphones by the beginning of 2010. Meanwhile, the drafting of the constitution was over, and clear roles were defined as well as major objectives and missions of the movement. The executive sought to register the union through the Registrar of Students Organization in the school in the school, though unsuccessful due to the fact that the school didn't have the dean of students who was responsible for the registration.
You were always fighting for us, heaven's angels all around. My delight is found in knowing that you wear the victor's crown. You're my help and my defender, you're my savior and my friend. By your grace I live and breathe to worship you.
The executive decided to adopt the constitution and follow its guidelines. The first election was held in March 2010 as per the Constitution. The major objectives were to bring unity and sanity in the church through inculcation of indoctrination with Christian values. The executive also sought to ambitiously raise the CU members from 30 to 80 members. The executive sought to register the union with the Registrar of Students Organization, which was successful. Now the office of the Dean of Students was finally in place. The first music extravaganza, or what we call the Weekend Challenge, was graced by uplifted voice band that helped to mobilize more students to join the movement. There was an upspringing revolution of devotion and revival in the church. The offering tithe rose from 200 shillings to 600 shillings. In average, though this was insufficient due to increased demand and expenses of the union, for the first time we managed to invite external speakers during the union Sunday services. The major challenges were lack of cooperation among officials, financial crisis, and experience in leadership.
You are Jesus the Messiah. You're the hope of all the world.
During 2010-2011 academic year, the union's elections were held in February. During this year, various subcommittees were formed, such as Praise and Worship, Mission, Prayer Subcommittee, Hospitality Subcommittee, and the Bible Study Subcommittee. A new intake of first year in August 2010 and successful registration of first year raised the membership to 150 members. The CU also managed to engage in high school ministry and crusades in nearby towns such as Kagoshi and Gituluti. Bible study programs started with the help of Fellowship of Christian Union, Focus Kenya materials. Enriched programs were also conducted with an aim of reaching more students. The first external mission was conducted at Mwagu Anglican Church in Gatanga in the year 2011, and it was very successful. The 2011-2012 academic year started in a new version. Institution, then Karatina University College, opened a branch in Itiati that saw a majority of students pursuing education-related courses getting transferred to Itiati. This was a big blow to the Christian Union at main campus, since some of the officials were involved in the transfer. There was need to establish another CU in Itiati, since it was proving difficult for the members to make it to main campus every Sunday, something they had started doing initially. It was like compelling a crawling child to walk and walk faster. This was really unprecedented and premature for the union by then. The executive committee tasked Peter Karanja and Luke Owor to oversee the starting of a Christian union in Itiati, where the main campus CU was to support the union with funds, Bible study materials, and preachers. With the leadership ending at different campuses, in the Christian Union in Itiati, and first executive team was appointed to oversee the union headed by Peter Karanja. The union also had a fund drive to upgrade their public address system, where the following items were bought: power cables, 2 speakers, pulpit, keyboard stand, microphone stands, 2 wired and 2 wireless microphones, among others. At the beginning of 2012, there was another unprecedented move by the university that brought major leadership challenges to the union. Due to the government, the institution decided to open another branch at Karatina town, where the School of Business was established.
I trust. Come on. In you. Oh Lord. Come on. Jehovah, you. Where y'all at?
Had managed to be very active in Focus, where the union participated in regional meetings. Ezra 2013 conference, including overnight vigils. The overall executive committees got itself engrossed and united in making the Karatina University Christian Unions rise up to position in leadership, excellence, transparency, and accountability with tremendous success.
I believe. Say it, y'all. Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Come on.
the time the Christian Union was holding its first annual general meeting in March 2013, there was an aura of jubilant Christian Union. During the AGM, audited financial statements were presented and a new leadership under the union's own well-detailed constitution was elected. It was a good growth for the church. Everyone was happy. And to put icing to the cake, Focus admitted the CU into the Focus membership in April 2013 during an AGM held at Technical University of Kenya.
You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of power. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. Say it. Say it. Say it. I believe. I believe.
From then on, there have been two transmissions marked by successful AGMs and presentations of reports and financial statements, as well as reflecting on the goodness of the Lord for the ended spiritual year. The subsequent leadership have transformed tremendous steps in implementing the Constitution and institutionalizing structures deemed best for the Christian Union. Notable is the upgrading of instruments, active subcommittee who have been timely and great input of the Christian Union, and where the subcommittees have acted as the backbone of the Union. Recently, the Union has also embarked on an ambitious but realistic task of buying 600 armless plastic chairs for the Union to try and address the dire need for the space, which is posing a good challenge to the Union leadership.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Let's go. So long. One more time, everybody in the building say so long. So long. Hey.
Today, the Christian Union has the biggest following in the institution among all other clubs and societies, with all its branches being fully operational and stable spiritually, financially, and improving the asset base. This far we have gone, the Lord is our Ebenezer. The main aim of the founder was to lay a strong foundation for the church built on a rock that is Jesus. They had a vision to build a church that is uniquely founded on integrity, leadership, and the honor of the Lord Almighty, and to all those that God honored to build the church before us, and to all those that God shall continue to use to build in future generations. And that being the history, would you like to carry on the aim and vision of the Christian Union?
God of miracles.